Hey everybody, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel and yet another turn of Eldritch Horror. Probably our last turn of this game. It could go either way. We are extremely close to solving that last mystery. We just need one more investigator to pick up a clue during a research encounter and add it to the mystery, which I think we can probably get done. We just have to then survive until the rest. Because, yeah, we are going to get we're going to get the Omen Trap will move, no matter what. And that's going to drop the Doom by 2, because we have 2 red gates. Unless we can get somebody to a gate. And we can't. If Marie still had her Plumb the Void, she could send somebody off to the Himalayas, say, and maybe deal with that, but that is not going to happen. So we just have to make sure that nobody dies, basically. We really need to not get a reckoning. Our odds are not terrible. There's we have 5 Mythos cards left, and 3 of those are reckonings, 2 are not. So we've got almost even odds of getting not a reckoning. Fingers crossed. Yes, unfortunately, Calvin died. Well, didn't die. He got taken out. He's in a hospital somewhere, and nobody's going to visit him because he doesn't have any stuff. So we're going to get, for this one round, a replacement investigator. We'll have a look at who that is after. Before we do that, yes, the mistake I made that I put the caption of on the last video. Marie couldn't have given Preston that extra movement because, where is it? Here we go. This is actually this is clarified in the newest expansion. So, does the second effect of Smoky Velvet allow another investigator to perform the same action a second time? No. If she performs the rest action, her reward effect will not allow an investigator to also perform a rest action if they have already performed that action this round. And I think it also has to be, Marie basically has to go after somebody to let them have the action as well. In theory, they could do the same thing if she does the same thing twice in a row, because that's another innate ability she's got. But again, it's only to allow another investigator to perform an action they have already performed. So the timing is not going to work on this one. It's not going to be able to help anybody because I'm making our new investigator the lead, because they can most take bad things happening to the lead because they are at full. So before we get into everybody's actions, we will quickly see who our new investigator is. Alright, stepping into Calvin's place is Gloria Goldberg, the author. Now, as she's only going to be with us for one turn, I'm going to leave her in the investigator pool for my future playthroughs, because I don't like just using investigator for 1 or 2 rounds. I don't get to experience them. Anyway, let's see. Action, most of this will not come into play. If you are on a city space, gain 1 tome asset of your choice from the reserve or discard pile. Her passive, you or another investigator or other investigators on your space roll 1 additional die when resolving a test during an otherworld encounter. Let's see. Never underestimate the power of the written word. You can see she's got so-so health but is extremely sane. There are her stats. She is going to start in Arkham. And she starts with a Mythos Codec unique asset and a Find Gate spell. So we can see what our next gate is again. I suspect it will make next to no difference. For most of her life, Gloria has experienced vivid, lifelike dreams of horrifying abominations emerging from the dark places of the universe to destroy humanity. Joy. And as she became older, she learned to channel these horrible visions into her writing, and is widely lauded for the imaginative and detailed descriptions of the terrors she encounters in her nightmares. Her most recent nightmare ended with the destruction of not only Arkham, but the entire world. If nothing else, it was going to make one hell of a book. Okay, so we'll have a quick look at her starting things. Yes, find gate. We play with the top gate revealed. On reckoning, we will test lore and flip the card. Mythos Codex. It is an item tome action. You muster the courage to look upon the secrets of the universe. Test will. If you pass, the pages contain knowledge your mind can hardly fathom. Flip this card. I suspect she will not get around to trying that. And again, we will probably not either succeed or fail at her story because it's, not going to have enough time for it to happen. But based on a true story, sometimes the well of inspiration runs dry, and the only way to refill it is to get out there and experience the world. Time to take risks and show the world that you are not yet done with it. When a mystery is solved, so it'll be a little bit late, discard this card and gain the inspiration reward. At the end of the encounter phase, if there are 5 or more gates on the game board, discard this card to gain the captivated consequence. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, well, hopefully we will solve the mystery, but it won't do any good for her to have the bonus because we will have won. Alright, that's a new investigator who is going first. So let's get into our actions. Over to Arkham. Okay, first thing Gloria is going to do is she is going to pick up a train ticket. And then she's going to use that train ticket to travel across the country to San Francisco and join Marie. So we've got 2 people trying to get that clue. Marie is up next. I'm going to have her try to rest twice, possibly. Well, let's just start. Because she can't actually get any... Yeah, she can't recover health or sanity because of these conditions. So I'm hoping that during the first rest she'll get rid of those, and then for her second rest actually be able to heal up a bit, because she's only at 1 health, 1 sanity. And I do not want her that low because she might die, and therefore advance the Doom, and Doom is really tight. So we are going to start with the hypothermia. Roll a 4, 5, or 6. Come on! We just cannot get this. Okay. We may not rest a second time then. Alright, so then we're going to do the back injury. That needs a 5 or 6. Just get rid of the back injury. And then hunger. Hunger is on a 4, 5, or 6. Discard it. Okay, she got rid of those. She didn't get rid of hypothermia, which is too bad. So, to prevent the hypothermia from flipping, if there is a reckoning, she is going to take a focus, which hopefully she doesn't need to spend picking up the clue. That's too bad. Alright, now we're going to pop over to the Dreamlands and visit Leo Anderson. Alright, unfortunately Leo cannot get to a clue space this turn, so he won't be working on it. So for this, we'll get him going there, we'll head him off. So, first action, he's going to move to Dilat Lean, and for his second action, he is going to heal. Now, he doesn't have anything preventing him from actually getting some more health and sanity. Yes, I want him to rest because he's also at 1 and 1, so now he is that little bit less likely to be defeated during a Mythos card. Or an encounter, for that matter. Alright, that will leave us with Preston Fairmont, who is in London. Hey, Preston's first action, he is going to move up to space 13, where he can possibly get a clue as well. Second action, he will take a focus to either prevent hypothermia from flipping or in aid of getting that clue. Alright, that's everybody's actions. Now let's see what we can get done during the encounter phase. Alright, Gloria is going to do research encounter on a city space. You search through the library's occult literature for any hints at the cause of the strange weather. I'm going to test her observation. It's 3. That's not bad. Obviously, she doesn't have any re-rolls. She hasn't had a chance to get any. Okay, she got it. If you pass, you are unable to find anything that can explain the sudden storm, but you do learn much about the occult. Improve lore. We don't get a clue. Oy. Fine, we will improve her lore, putting her up to 4. Yippee. But she didn't actually pick up the clue. Bad card. Bad card. Alright, well, we'll see if Marie can get it. Unfortunately, she is cursed. She will get the next city one. In your dreams, you are a feral creature that hungers for human flesh. I'm going to test her will, -1. That's going to be 1 lousy die, and it's cursed. Oh boy. 1. So here's the question. Do I risk spending this? Probably not. It's a cursed die, so I don't think she's going to get it. I've got to hold on to that. I've got to pray that Preston can get this done. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh. I so want to spend that to roll again, just to make sure. Okay. So we will spend that. I know everybody's screaming, no, don't. And she rolled it 1 again. Okay. So that was terrible. I can't believe that card didn't give us a clue. Alright, Leo Anderson is going to have a just a generic city encounter over on the Dreamlands board. Okay, we're going to have a generic city encounter. Grifters have chosen you to be their mark. Okay. You plan on turning the tables with a few tricks of your own. Observation -1. So observation is 3, so he's going to roll 2. Let's see, what does he have? He's got the Agent of Secrets, which gives him an extra observation. And we get to re-roll 1 die on an observation test because of her. Can also, oh, that's strength. I could also do practiced, just to make sure once per round you may roll 1 additional die and re-roll up to 1 die. Okay, we might as well. Let's do that. We'll go ahead and tap that. So he's going to roll with 4 and get himself up to 2 re-rolls. Okay, he got 1. So what do we get? If you pass, you end up with the money and an impressive reputation. Improve his influence, which has already been improved 1, so we'll flip the token. So that puts him up to 4 influence. Now over to Preston, and it's all down to him. Alright, we're on a C space. I need to zoom out a bit to focus. There we are. In the captain's cabin, find an ancient looking tome. Lore -1. His lore's 2. We're not going to get this. He has lots of things that help for lore when actually casting a spell, but otherwise, no. Yep, he rolls a single die and he has a single reroll. Oh, thank God. Now, please give us a clue this time. If you pass, the book tells of the magic of Hyperborea. Oh, there we are. Gain this clue and 1 spell. Let's grab him the spell first. So he picks up the Beast Within. A glamour, you may reroll 1 die when resolving an observation or strength test. And on a reckoning, we will test lore and flip the card. But most importantly, he gets this clue, which he is going to add to a Spreading Storm. After resolving a research encounter, spend 1 clue you gain to place that clue on this card. We've done so. We now have 4. So all we have to do now is survive the dreaded Mythos phase. Okay, here it is. Don't be yellow, don't be yellow, don't be... Yes, it's green. I think we might be okay, depending on how this goes. So we will advance the Omen track onto red. We have 1, 2 red gates. That puts Doom down to 2. Then we have to do a monster surge. So we're going to add 2 monsters to each of the red gates. Hopefully none of them do something terrible like advance Doom when we grab it. So let's say the Himalayas first. And it's 1 in my hand and 2. Cult of the Goat. It does not have a spawn effect. You can see it does have a reckoning effect that would advance Doom, but we're not reckoning. Good. And Aloygor, again, reckoning but no spawn. So, okay, just going to put those there. Then the other 2 onto the Underworld. Actually has the Rome Gate there and has since the beginning of the game. Oh, Star Vampire. Okay, when this monster is spawned, advance the Omen by 1. Oh, that would be okay. It wouldn't affect anything. Unless the investigators as a group spend 2 clues. We could do that. But we're okay. Yeah, because there are no blues on, no, there's no blues on the board. We only have 3, a green and 2 reds. So let's go ahead and let that advance. And the other one is just a maniac, which has neither reckoning nor spawn effect, so it's going to go into the now very crowded underworld space. We need to spawn 2 clues. Oh, and there are exactly 2 left in the supply. So this one will go into the heart of Africa, and this one will go to space 6. So we're like Mexico City or so, and then the heart of Africa. And now it's not tentacles anyway, so maybe. Now most shops are not supplying the basic necessities that you need for your travels, and those that do charge an exorbitant amount of money. And more specialized pieces of equipment are well beyond any average person's means. Price gouging, it's ongoing. The value of each asset in the reserve is increased by 2. This would go away on a reckoning. Put that there. So we are going to then move on to, at the end of the Mythos phase, which we are at, if there are clues on this card equal to number investigators, solve this mystery. We have 4. Oh man, that was close. That stupid card that didn't give us a clue really, really worried me intensely. Oh, thank you, Preston. You are a champion for getting that roll on 1 lousy die, but he got it. And Ithaqua presumably goes back into his slumber to reawaken, hopefully decades from now. Wow. that was a tough game to win. We were all over the place. I can't believe it took that long for somebody to be defeated with the corruption. I was so sure, like 3 or 4 turns into these corruption conditions were going to utterly destroy us, and they came close, but it didn't quite happen. Well, lucky. What would have been next? Oh, okay. We had both green ones next. We were okay. We didn't have the. Oh, and it would have been snowflakes too. And tentacles on the last one. Okay. Somehow we managed to squeak that through. Again, thank you, Preston, for pulling through. I'm not sure what else to say. I hope everybody's okay with me just assuming that Marie would have succeeded on her casting the Plumb the Void instead of giving Preston the extra movement, so he just would have gone there. I think she would have had a very good chance of rolling that. She had all her stuff at the time. She had a clue, so she could have re-rolled, and she had several things that could have given her bonuses. I think she would have succeeded at Plumb the Void. So yeah, I guess that's it. We managed to squeak through. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching all the way through this thing. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and liking the videos. I appreciate it. And we will see you next time when we start yet another board game playthrough. So long.